Now, understand, it's nonpartisan. Don't just hate Obama. Hate him, absolutely, distrust him, dislike him. But you better know McCain's proposed the same thing. You better know Clinton proposed it. You better know it started with Ollie North. It is nonpartisan. Presidential candidate wants domestic security force as powerful as U.S. military. Columnist compares himself to Hitler Youth. Columnist compares proposal to Hitler Youth. Presidential frontrunner Barack Obama has called for a civilian national security force. That is the quote, a civilian national security force. And you just think, oh, this new idea, you know, the governor of Illinois just had this new idea, while police all over the country are getting grants for warrantless blood taps, samples on the side of the street, while they're hiring felons, while they're doing door-to-door gun confiscations. And he just magically got this idea, and it turns out it's a federal grant. And then Obama just magically comes up with an idea that's already been put into motion. They're just now letting you know of 1 million-plus Hitler Jugend to plug into this. And can you imagine these surly... Well, the program goes down to 14-year-olds, but they're not going to arm them until 16 and up. They're training them with M16s. You can't have your gun, veterans, but believe me, the 16-year-old with the M16 is. And it's called Secure Corps. It's been in the Philadelphia Daily News. It's been in a bunch of other papers. It's in my films. Police State 3, Total Enslavement has that in it. And it's already set up. So they tell the kids, you can't have guns, your parents can't have guns, but when you're part of the local Homeland Security group, you can. And then now mom and dad have got to grovel to their son who comes home in the black uniform. Now, the actual adults have black uniforms. According to the federal proposals and the plans, the youth will wear gray uniforms with a blue armband. You can go dig those out. I covered that in Police State 2000. Hey, look, I'm not going to have some bastard 16-year-old in a gray uniform with a blue armband come up and I mean, that's it. That's my line of the sand. Okay? I mean, I just can't handle it anymore, and it's over. Okay? I don't care what you say, you criminal government with all your illegal alien felons working for you. You are a pack of drug-dealing scum and trash. And all the other cops and military who aren't criminal, you still work for a criminal enterprise. Your commanders are criminals. It's bankrupt. The country's gone. Declaration of Independence. You're crooks. You don't control us. You're illegitimate, period. And you better decide to join us right now. I mean, my God, look at all the examples there are. It couldn't be any more plain. This is satirical. This is like Monty Python skit on the police state. This is just so over the top. But don't worry, they'll phase it in real slow for you. Presidential frontrunner Barack Obama has called for a civilian national security force as powerful as the U.S. military. That's a quote. Comments that were ignored by the vast majority of the corporate media, but compared by one journalist to the Nazi Hitler Youth. We cannot continue to rely on our military in order to enhance the national security objectives we set. We've got to have a civilian national security force that's just as powerful, just as strong, just as well-funded, Obama told a Colorado Springs audience earlier this month. Joseph Farah asked if he was the only journalist in America who Obama's statement troubling. Well, you didn't seem to find it bad when Bush was setting all this up, Farah. You're not stupid. You thought it was popular to go along with it. Now you're changing your spots again. Fine. Join us later. I mean, now, rather than later. Fine. I forgive you. But don't flip-flop if McCain gets in and suddenly love it all. Doesn't matter. They're puppets. You understand? It's like a horse and carriage. This thing is all seamless. It has nothing to do with presidents. They run or do and are in control of nothing. Now, I know I keep making that point because the general public doesn't understand. The liberals who've been hating all of Bush's police state are suddenly just going to love it and go get in these uniforms. And yes, it's going to, I've already seen the video of it. It's going to be little liberals with ponytails and police uniforms. I'm going to have to take you to the camp for your own good. It's for the earth. Yeah, well, just get ready, punk. If we're going to create some kind of national police force as big, powerful, and well-funded as our combined U.S. military forces, isn't it rather a big deal, wrote Farah. We're talking about creating a police state here. The U.S. Army alone has 500,000 troops. That doesn't count reserves or National Guard. In 2007, the U.S. defense budget was $439 billion. Is Obama serious about creating some kind of domestic security bigger and more expensive than that? If not, why did he say it? What did he mean? Hey, Farah, you're not stupid. You published articles I put together and photos I made of Delta Force and martial law training in 98 and 99. You know that it isn't Obama proposing this. You know this is part of a larger plan. So see, by saying Obama's behind it, it's all just Obama that's doing it. Oh, it's just a proposal. No, it's an organized program. It's an organized military buildup against the people of the United States. And it's happening in Europe and England as well. Ireland said no to being taken over by the EU. Sarkozy said, doesn't matter, we're going to go ahead and enforce it. We're going to make you vote again until you get it right. Knoxville News, is seemingly the only other media outlet to express interest in exactly what Obama is proposing. The statement was made in a context of youth service. Is this an organization for just the youth, or are adults going to participate? How does one get away from the specter of such youth organizations from Nazi Germany and the former Soviet Union we're talking about? Remember, they hired the former Marcus Wolf, the head of the Stasi, 6 years ago to help set this up. That was Bush. It has nothing to do with Obama or Bush. They're puppets. Obama's proposal smacks of an existing version of an existing program in which hundreds of police, firefighters, paramedics, utility workers have been trained and recently dispatched as terrorism liaison officers. That was the Colorado news. It's actually tens of thousands. And 26,000 preachers trained to spy and tattle and to tell their flocks to turn in their guns. And 23,000 under the InfraGard executives. And 500,000 in the first batch of truck drivers spying on everyone. So see how when you read a WorldNet Daily article, it just gives you little pieces, just like the news gives you little pieces, but you put them together. And it's a clear picture. And then you go get the White House continuity government plans. And it says it. And then they got their boys, like the dirty beatnik, Michael Savage, posing as a conservative, saying put people who disagree with the war in forced labor camps. They're going to bring Obama, or they're going to bring McCain in, and then they're going to set a nuke off, or they're going to release a biological weapon, and then those murdering bastards are going to sit up there on the news, and the police and the military are going to follow the orders with their new ranks of mercenaries and felons and teenagers, and they are going to ratchet up, and they're going to take over the entire society, unless we warn everybody now about what they're going to do. Let me tell you something, good old boys who've been serving this and flying a flag out front of your house. You are going to be arrested. It may take 2 years, 5 years into this system. You're going to have your stuff taken. Now, a lot of you are cowards and are going to go try to join it. Now, because you know I'm telling you the truth, well, you're going to go try to bootlick. We can't forget that. A lot of people hear this and know it's true, so they just decide to go join it. You go ahead and join it. When we take this country back, you are going to be brought to justice. You understand? You're going to get a jury trial, and then you're going to swing from the end of a rope, you traitors.